Osh State University, Iyman Gymnasium, English lesson for 11th grade. Hello everyone, I'm your English teacher. Today's topic is adverb. What is adverb? An adverb is a verb that is used to change, modify, or qualify several types of words, including an adjective, a verb, a clause, an adverb, or any other type of word or phrase, with the exception of determiners and adjectives that directly modify nouns. A good way to understand adverb is to think about them as the words that provide context. Specifically, adverbs provide a description of how, where, when, in what manner, and what extent something is done or happens. Normally, we can spot an adverb by the fact that it often ends in "ly", but there are lots of adverbs that don't end in this way. Moreover, adverbs can be used in many combinations with each other. Traditionally considered a single part of speech, adverbs perform a wide variety of functions, making it difficult to treat them as a single unified category. However, spotting an adverb, especially one that ends in "ly", is easy. Adverbs normally help paint a fuller picture by describing how something happens, such as when, she always arrives early; how, he drives carefully; where, they go everywhere together; in what way, she eats slowly; to what extent, it's terribly hot. This function of providing more information about something is called the adverbial function, and it may be accomplished by using adverbial clauses and adverbial phrases, as well as by adverbs that stand alone. There are many rules for using adverbs, and these rules often depend upon which type of adverb you are using. Remember these basics, and using adverbs to make sentence more meaningful will be easier for you. Adverbs can always be used to modify verbs. Notice that the second of these two sentences is much more interesting simply because it contains an adverb. The dog ran. You can picture a dog running, but you don't really know much more about the scene. The dog ran excitedly. You can picture a dog running, wagging its tail, panting happily, and looking glad to see its owner. You can paint a much more interesting picture in our head when you know how or why the dog is running. Adverbs are often formed by adding the letters "ly" to adjectives. This makes it very easy to identify adverbs in sentences. There are many exceptions to this rule. Everywhere, nowhere, and upstairs are few examples. An adverb can be used to modify an adjective and intensify the meanings it conveys. For example, he plays tennis well. He knows how to play tennis, and sometimes he wins. He plays tennis extremely well. He knows how to play tennis so well that he wins often. As you read the following adverb examples, you will notice how these useful words modify other words and phrases by providing information about the place, time, manner, certainty, frequency, or other circumstance of activity denoted by the verbs or verb phrases in the sentences. Types of adverbs. Adverbs of manner. An adverb of manner will explain how an action is carried out. Very often adverbs of manner are adjectives with "ly" added to the end, but this is certainly not always the case. In fact, some adverbs of manner will have the same spelling as the adjective form. Some examples of adverbs of manner include slowly, rapidly, clumsily, badly, diligently, sweetly, warmly, sadly. Adverb of manner. Examples in the following sentence are in bold for easy identification. She passed the exam easily. They worked quickly to catch the train. The dinner party went badly. John answered the question correctly. Notice how the adverbs are formed by adding "ly" to the adjective bad, correct, and quick. Also, there is a slight spelling change when forming an adverb with the adjective ed. As mentioned, some adverbs of manner take the same spelling as the adjective and never add an "ly" to the end. The boys hard work had. Yulia dances well. Adverbs of place. An adverb of place, sometimes called spatial adverbs, will help explain where an action happens. Adverbs of place will be associated with the action of the verb in the sentence, providing context for a direction, distance, and position. Those is everywhere, up, left, close, by, back, inside, around. These terms don't usually end in "ly." Adverbs of place examples in the following sentence are in bold for easy identification. Directions. New York is located north of Philadelphia. They traveled down the mountainside. First, I looked here and then I looked there, but I can't find them anywhere. Notice that here and there are often used at the beginning of the sentence to express emphasis or exclamation. Here comes the sun. There is love in the air. Here you are. Many times adverbs of place can be used as preposition as well. The difference is when the phrase is used as an adverb, it's modifying a verb. When it's used a preposition, it's always followed by a noun. New York is located north of Philadelphia. New York on the map. They traveled down the river. They traveled in the first compartment. That puppy was walking around by itself. We put a collar around its neck. Distance. Jane is moving far away. Carly is sitting close to me. Position. The treasure lies underneath the box. The cat is sleeping on the bed. Why are you standing in the middle of the dance floor? In addition, some adverbs of position will refer to a direction of movement. These often end in "ward" or "wards." Oscar traveled onward to Los Angeles. Hannah looked upwards to the heavens. Molly moved forward to the front of the queue. Please. Adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency are used to express time or how often something occurs. Adverbs of frequency can be split two main groups. The first, adverbs of indefinite frequency, are terms that have an unclear meanings as to how long or how often something occurs. Usually, always, normally. These adverbs will usually be placed after the main verb or between the auxiliary verb and the infinitive. Adverbs of frequency examples in the following sentence are in a bold of easy identification. The verb is usually placed before the main verb. I can normally make the shot. I will always laugh. Adverbs of time. Adverbs of time, while seemingly similar to adverbs of frequency, tell us when something happens. Adverbs of time are usually placed at the end of the sentence. Adverbs of time examples in the following sentence are in bold for easy identification. I will see you. Harvey forgot his lunch yesterday and again today. I have to go now. We first met Julie last year. While it's almost always correct to have the adverb of time at the end of the sentence, you can place it at the start of the sentence to put a different emphasis on the time if it's important to the context. Last year was the worst year of my life. Tomorrow our fate will be sealed. Yesterday my troubles seemed so far away. Adverbs of purpose. Adverbs of purpose, sometimes called adverbs of reason, help to describe why something happened. They can come in the form of individual words, so, since, thus, because, but also clauses so that in order to. Notice the example that adverbs of purpose are used to connect sentences that wouldn't make sense if they were formed alone. Adverbs of purpose examples in the following sentence are in bold for easy identification. I was sick, for example, I was sick, thus didn't go to work today. I started jogging so that I wouldn't be late. Because I was late, I jogged a little faster. Since it's your birthday, I will buy you a gift. Positions of adverbs. The position of adverbs are not a fixed or set thing. As you have seen, adverbs can appear in different positions in sentence. However, there are some rules that help us decide where an adverb should position it. The rules will be different depending on whether the adverb is acting to modify an adjective or another adverb, a verb, or what type of adverb it is. Positional adverb examples in the following sentence are in bold of easy identification. Adverb position with adjectives and other adverbs. These adverbs will usually be placed before the adjective or adverb being modified. We gave them a really thought match. The adverb really modified the adjective thought. It was quite windy that night. The adverb quite modified the adjective windy. We don't go to the movies terribly often. The adverb terribly modifies the adverb often. Adverb position with verbs. This can be a bit tricky because it will depend on the type of adverb, place, position, time, etc. And there are many exceptions to the rules. However, a basic set of guidelines is shown below. Adverbs of manner or place are usually positioned at the end of the sentence. She laughed timidly. I stroked the cat gently. Jenny lived here. There is money everywhere. As mentioned, if the adverb is definite time, it will be placed at the end of the sentence. I did it yesterday. We can discuss it tomorrow. Let's go to Paris next week. However, if it's an indefinite period of time, it will go between the subject and the main verb. We often go to Paris in springtime. Debbie regularly swims here. Bobby and Andrew always loved fishing by the lake. Order of adverbs. Adverbs order is so important. It has clear rules. It's already mentioned that some adverbs will act to modify another, but how do you decide the structure of a sentence with several adverbs? Thankfully, there is a simple set of rules to follow, called the order of adverbs. Handily, the order of adverbs, sometimes also called the royal order of adverbs, can help us determine sentence structure too. In short, the adverbs get preference in the following order: adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, adverbs of frequency, adverbs of time, adverbs of purpose. Consider this sentence: I ran quickly. down the road every morning before school because I might miss the bus. While it's good to remember the order of adverbs, there is always flexibility with language, and we have already mentioned that adverbs of time and frequency can be placed at the start of sentence to change the emphasis. So, bottom line, think of the order of adverbs as more of guideline than a rule that can't be broken. Examples of adverbs. As you read each of the following adverb examples, note that the adverbs have been italicized for easy identification. Consider how replacing the exciting adverbs with the different ones would change the meaning of each sentence. She was walking rapidly. The kids loved playing together in the sandbox. Please come inside now. You don't really care, do you? Adverbs exercise. The following exercise will help you gain greater understanding about how adverbs work. Choose the best answer to complete each sentence. The driver stopped the bus. Financially, exactly, abruptly, and now. I read again. The driver stopped the bus. The driver stopped the bus. Financially, exactly, abruptly, and now. Maybe you don't know the meaning the verb abruptly. It's the answer, abruptly. The driver stopped the bus abruptly because the children are crossing the road. Good, next. During autumn, colorful leaves. During autumn, yep. Now the season is autumn. During autumn, colorful leaves can be seen falling from trees. We will put everywhere, very gently, loudly. You may think what word we should put here. Everywhere, very gently, loudly. We put gently. Leaves can be seen falling gently from trees. Very, very romantic season. Do you agree? Okay, next. My grandmother always smiled, cheerfully, sadly, never, and yesterday. My grandmother always smiled. Cheerfully. Yeah, good job. Next. After the party, confetti was strewn. Do you know what does it mean, confetti? We should read variants. Blandly, everywhere, lately, later, and carefully. Everywhere. Confetti was strewn everywhere. Adverbs list. There are many different words that function as adverbs. The following list is broken down into segments which lists adverbs by function. After reading, you will be able to think of additional adverbs to add to your own list. After all, there are thousands. Many adverbs end in "ly." This makes it very easy to spot the adverbs in most sentences. Abruptly, boldly, carefully, deliberately, excitedly, financially, horribly, mildly, nodily, openly, poorly, quickly, sadly, terribly, willingly, yearly. Please take your copybooks, vocabulary, write these words with the translation and learn them. Okay? Some adverbs tell us where the action happened. These are known as adverbs of place. Everywhere, here, inside, there, underground, upstairs. You should write down these words too. Certain adverbs let us know when or how often the action happened. These are known as adverbs of time and adverbs of frequency. After, always, before, later, now, today, yesterday. Many adverbs tell us the extent of the action. Almost, enough, so, too, quite, rather, very. Some adverbs are used as intensifiers. Absolutely, certainly, completely, heartily, really. Certain adverbs called adverbs of manner tell us about the way in which something was done. Briskly, cheerfully, expectantly, randomly, willingly. Thank you for your attention. I hope we will meet soon. See you. Bye.